I do a lot of work with the client assistance program, and what we do in that program to get the ultimate goal of competitive integrated employment is work closely with the individuals who contact us to focus on what their vocational goal is and work with other agencies that are assisting them in reaching those goals. As a blind person, a lot of my daily life activities are achieved through the use of assistive technology. So it's always exciting to me when I get an assistive technology case, because I know firsthand, the difference it can make in education or in the workplace, or sometimes simply independent living.
What's interesting to me is that people come to us on all different points on the spectrum. Sometimes they know what their rights are, they need someone to help them to achieve those rights, and sometimes they have no idea even what resources are that are out there. So we're able to, just direct them to other resources within the state and just let them know, and just give people with disabilities different opportunities to be able to get back to work and feel good about themselves.
I think one thing that's very special about what Jen and I both bring to the table when we're doing our employment work is our combined lived experiences with disability. We both know what it is to navigate, the world of rehabilitation, the world of benefits, and how that can impact your work.
So often I'm dealing with kiddos with different education issues, and so whether they need an IEP or a 504 plan, whichever one is going to work best for them. And so especially during COVID, it's been such a strange year, and so the schools have been dealing with the masses, but we've still got to deal with individuals as well. And so some of these kiddos have kind of been lost in the cracks, and especially kids with behavioral issues.
Common misperception that we get with a lot of school districts is, children only need IEPs if they're having academic problems, and behavior problems are just off the table completely, when actually that's not true. It's does the child have a disability that interferes with their ability to learn in the classroom?
They need a place to go for timeout. They need a place to have a moment to get themselves back together, and maybe they need a one-on-one support to be able to help them walk through the day and get through the challenges that are in front of them each and every day. And so I get to go in and sit with the team and be a part of the team at the table to establish exactly what these kiddos need that's going to help them to succeed, both in education and then often further on into life.
We're asked to come in a lot of the times when behavior problems have escalated to a point where a child's being removed from the classroom. And what ends up happening most of the time is that we do testing, evaluations, and we find out that the child just needed accommodations and modifications and services in the classroom to help with these behaviors.
Oftentimes, the first meeting that we have for the school, everybody at the table seems almost against the child, and they're talking about all the bad things that this kid is doing on a daily basis at school. And then we go in and we talk about the supports, and we talk about maybe we've discussed some of the trauma that they've experienced that's gotten them to this point, and we've given them the story. And so now the teachers are able to see what this kid is really dealing with on a daily basis, or what they've dealt with in their past that they're bringing with them to school every single day. And then we put in some plans in place, and then we go in the next meeting and their attitudes are completely different. And now you hear them looking for the good in these kids.
When we're able to get children the services they need and to, accommodate their disability and how it affects them, we're able to give them a good education.
I reach out to agencies and people with disabilities to help with training on self-advocacy, to help them understand what it means to be a self-advocate and how to reach out to others, like the policymakers and people who will listen about why people with disabilities matter. I look at self-advocacy as any person with a disability who speaks up for themselves. My favorite part of this work is meeting others with disabilities, learning to know a little bit about themselves, who they are as a person, where they come from, and meeting people from across the nation and sometimes the world. Don't say you can't when you never allowed someone that you can't to try.